Coming up in today's video, this is Zhu, brand new spiced rum. Welcome back, Spiced Rum fans. I'm really excited about this one. Big shout out to these guys, Zhu. They've sent me this bottle and they want me to review it. So with all Spiced Rums, I thought, yeah, why not? Send them my way, and we'll do a little review and a little cocktail with it. The cocktail I've made for it is the world famous Nui Nui. As always with the cocktails, it's not necessarily me, it's me. I make the cocktails before I've actually tried this. And I've said, when you'll see at the end, I kind of thought, I said, in hindsight, this might have not been the best rum to make with this. I take that back because I film these videos back to front. So I do the cocktail first, then do the tasting. This is proper banging. I cannot wait. I haven't tasted the rum neat yet. I haven't done it. I cannot wait to taste this rum in a second, because that works exceptionally well. Nui Nui is kind of like pimento berries, vanilla, a bit of orange juice in there. It's kind of traditionally a short drink. It is absolutely gorgeous, and I can already get the hints of the rum coming through there. That is stunning. So I'll show you how to make this at the end of the video. Right now, I'm just going to read you a bit of blurb that they've sent me, because I think this actually sets the scene quite well. The flavoured and spiced rum category is now the largest category of rum in the UK, with over 10 million bottles sold annually. And that's from the spirits business in 2020. 10 million bottles. You think gin's going to be huge, or was huge? I tell you, spiced rum is coming. I've been saying that for well over a year. The market is transformed with innovation, authenticity and unique brands, and it calls on hospitality to think twice about a selection of spirits, with consumers relying on online stores to compensate for basic selection of spiced rum. So I wanted to set that scene here. Now, the next bit of the blurb is about these guys. Zhu, and it's spelled so ZH with a U funny thing on there. Pronounced, I'm reliably told by the guys that it's spelled Zhu, or pronounced Zhu. So think posh French gravy, Zhu. I said that to him earlier. So Zhu is a Leicester-born brand, so Leicester, just north of me, created by local friends with a taste for good rum in great company. The spiced rum for the adventurist, it draws inspiration from East Asia with a craft blend of Chinese 5-spice and a unique infusion of bamboo leaves. Zhu, Z-H-U, funny thing on the U, means bamboo. I didn't realise that until I read this about an hour or so before shooting. So there we go. And I tell you, the aromas, having not tasted it yet, the aromas are insane. So just to quickly finish off, the front of the bottle sort of mimics that a little bit, but the back of the bottle with the 5 spices symbolising warmth, protection, strength, togetherness and adventure, and the association of bamboo with the sharing, fortune and harmony. We strive to build this brand which celebrates togetherness and sustainability. I really like that. I'm going to dive into tasting it. Oh dear God. I don't know quite how to explain this to you. I genuinely thought, tasting it, the very first mouthful, I genuinely thought I had Pernod in my mouth. The aniseed coming off that is huge. And they want to be different. I'm not going to take that away from them. That is certainly different. Openly and honestly, I do not think that's going to appeal to, again, I say it quite a lot in the videos, but your DMF crowd, your old J crowd, the kind of sweeter vanilla forward spiced rums. It may do. That is very different. I can slowly feel there's the aniseed sort of fading away. And that's when I kind of get like ginger. I get a bit of cinnamon. I think I get a bit of clove coming out of there as well, but I definitely get sort of cinnamon coming off there. But as soon as I get it there, it's aniseed. I do like it neat. I'm really struggling on this one because it's not an all-rounder. It's going to really kind of segment the market. You know, it's Marmite. You're either going to love it or you're flipping going to hate it. I do really like it. Without being harsh to them, I have to give it a 7. It's smooth. There's no ethanol bite to it. It's not sweet, but purely that aniseed flavour is just right up and in your face. And I know that's going to put a lot of people off. But if you like that, you are going to love it. Let's get on with the tasting now. It's taken me about 5 or 6 minutes to set this up. And I've scored them already. I've tasted them. I just want to give a point to the finish on that, because all through tasting this, I have still got that aniseedy, clovey kind of finish to it. It's got such a long finish. This is really going to divide you. It is Marmite. You're either going to flipping love it or you are going to absolutely hate it. Right, Coke. It's the Aniseed. I'm not a huge one for Aniseed with Coke. It's just not for me. It wouldn't be a rum and Coke for me. So I've got to give it a 6 for that. Ginger ale, interestingly, I really like that. And I've scored it an 8 down there. And do you know what? On second tasting, I really do like that. I'm going to have to change my score. And I'm going to go up to a 9 for that. I think that's really good. For some reason, the flavours, the Aniseed just works amazingly well with the whole ginger ale. I really, really like it. Right, ginger beer. I think the feistiness doesn't play brilliantly with that. But again, it's not bad. It's not the worst one I've had. So for that, I've scored it 7. I'm going to stick with a 7 for that. Tropical soda. I'm just going to do something here. And this is... right, tropical soda, I'm scoring it a 6. I'm giving it a 6, okay? That's what I'm going to do. But I'm just going to add a touch of sweetness to it. I don't normally do this. And this won't change the score at all because it's the mixer. But I just want to try something. That would get a 9. That was serious. That little bit of sweetness, that would get a 9. Right, Sprite. Let's just double check. Yeah, I agree with my first score. I'm giving that a 6. I'm not going to change that. I give it a 6. It just doesn't do anything for me, really. Ting. Now, interestingly, I quite like that. It's not up there with the ginger ale, but I do quite like it. I've given it a 7. I'm going to stick with the 7 for that. Yeah, that's a good 7. The coconut. I've given it a 7, and I'm going to stick with the 7. I couldn't pick between those two. What else did I give it a 7? The ginger beer. And try. That's pretty fair, to be honest. I couldn't split them. The Aniseed does really weird things. It's such an interesting flavour, and I get the market that they are going for. And I kind of feel like I'm bad mouthing it, and I'm trying to explain why. It's just completely different. Is that my OCD? Yeah, that's all right for my OCD. I'm just kind of trying to get it through to you. If you like Aniseed, you are going to love them. You are absolutely going to love them. If you don't like Aniseed, you are just going to hate it. End of. Right then, the 2 important tests for me. So I've got the Daiquiri. I've scored it an 8 out of 10. Second tasting, I do firmly agree with that. This for me is where the sorry if that's round and wrong with my OCD. This for me is where this comes out to play, because the citrus notes work so much better for me. And it's interesting. But what was the ting? Yeah, see, it's interesting that the ting was probably up there, and that tropical soda with a bit of sweetness was up there with my favourites. I think this really does lend itself more to the whole citrusy kind of... Interesting, it didn't work with Sprite though, but that's where I think it plays. So I do agree with that. 8. The Rum Punch, I'll drink that all day long. Summer drink, I can't fault it. I literally can't fault that. That's a 9. That is beautiful, and that Aniseed, stunning with that. If I get a better Rum Punch than that, that is as close to a 10 as I think I'm ever going to give, unless something sets my world on fire. Versatility wise, I'm really conflicted with this. I've given it a 6, which gives the final score 79 out of 110 if I've got my maths right. Sorry, the right score will be on the screen there. And as just a note, as I said, I'm not sure whether I mentioned it, the league table will, as a Google Doc, will be in the link in the description. I'll probably do it as the first comment as well. Now, where I'm conflicted, you guys at home, you are my audience. I know I do get a few pubs and bars watch me, and a few bartenders, but you guys at home are my audience. Are you going to be faffed with making cocktails with it? Most of my spiced rum people are simple mixers, and I don't think, as I say, I think that might be a damn sight better than the tropical soda. So hang on, there we go. The pineapple soda, because it has got a bit more sweetener. There we go. We've got like the Rubicon stuff, we've got the Fanta stuff, because they are more sweet forward. For you guys at home that have a simple spirit and mixer, it's not going to set your world on fire. But if you go down the whole daiquiri route and the punch route and the cocktail route, the Nui Nui is phenomenal. those, when you see the recipe that's coming up in a second, the aniseed that punches forward through that and the sort of kind of cinnamon, the spices, that is a phenomenal, phenomenal rum for that. So I'm really conflicted because on face value, it's not great. Where the core, my audience, where the core market is, simple spirit and mixes, it's not great. Cocktails, I can play with that all day long. I think it's going to be there. So I'm really, really conflicted. See, this is where my head is, because I think now swapping that water out for ting, amazing. Swapping that water out for ginger, amazing. Playing about with different sweeteners in there, maybe a mango or something like that. This is where my head is. In the whole scoring system, it works to a certain extent. It's not up there in the top bracket, but it's only not up there because it doesn't play as a simple for me. As a cocktail, oh boy, honestly, this is stunning. Right then, let's run you through the ingredients for the Nui Nui. I thought, in hindsight, this might not be the best cocktail for this, but I just thought, from what I read about it, I thought the rum would suit the spice. I love the Nui Nui. It's very much kind of flavour-driven, spice-forward cocktail. So I've got vanilla liqueur. I've got pimento berries, kind of steep. I can never remember whether the bitter truth is actually rum-based. I think it might be rum-based in there, but lovely kind of berry pepper, kind of, not berries, but pepper berry kind of forward spice notes to that pimento liqueur anyway. I've got cinnamon syrup, I've got aromatic bitters, I've got lime juice and freshly squeezed orange juice. So, shaking this down. I'm going for, let's just, I can get it off. I like keeping the little things on so it all matches. Don't ask me why. Right, I'm going for 60ml. Traditionally, I kind of make this with the darker, sort of a Demerara rum. That's what I personally go for the Nui Nui with. But I say, this is a very famous kind of tiki cocktail. So I want to give it a go really, and you'll have already seen me try it. So 2 ounces, 60ml of the jus. Let's pop that back on there. Lovely jubbly. 2 ounces of that. I'm going for just 10ml of vanilla liqueur, just 10. So what's that, 1/3 of an ounce? Here we go. I'm going for a bar spoon. I don't know why. I'm going to use it. I'm going to do it. I've got 5ml measurements in here, which is obviously a bar spoon. And you see, we've got the little 5. It's even got a little bar spoon in it. So I'm going for 5ml there. Perfect. There we go. Look at that. So 5ml, about a bar spoon of piment. Let's just get you a little close up on that so you can see that. Right. Then I'm going for 10ml of cinnamon syrup. See the flavours are just coming through there now. It smells amazing, really does. Aromatic bitters, you could go Angostura bitters, obviously. I am just going for about, well, I want 2 dashes. So 2 dashes of Angosturas, which is about 1/3 of a pipette. Then I'm going for some lime juice. I'm going for 15ml of lime juice. There we go. And then just to finish off, 22.5ml, 3/4 of an ounce of orange juice. You could go up there. This has got bits in it as well, this one. So you could go up to 30ml if you wanted to. I just think 20. The original recipe is 22.5ml. So that's kind of what I'm sticking to there. So shake all this up. Give it a good old shaky. Last ice cube, perfect. Good half-hour shake. Right, when you are happy with that, this traditionally gets served up in a rocks glass. I've wedged it in. I've got my julep glass. Make sure you're going for a julep glass. I love the julep glass for this. I don't need to double strain. I'm just going to single strain. There we go. Just single strain that in there. And then all I'm going to do is crushed ice. Fill it up with crushed ice. perfect. I've got a cinnamon stick there. I can't be bothered with a cinnamon stick, but what I am going to do is I am going to do like an orange peel for the garnish. There we go. That'll be perfect. And just there. So popping up on screen right there will be even more spiced rum reviews for you to dive into. So go and check them out. As always, if you like me, if you like the sound of the rum, big old thumbs up. And if you don't want to miss any of my future videos, make sure you subscribe to the channel.